I was saying, it's very hard to pull the wool over my eyes because I ask lots of questions. I think a truism of life is that 90% of what you see or what people say, in my opinion, is fiction. Hey, young world. Hey, young world. Happy Monday the 19th. It is early in the morning. So I am up. I just took a bath, getting ready for work. About to go into my office soon as I finish my morning hygienes and stuff. Cleaning my face, putting the oils back up into my system, up into my skin. I am very big on, bathing. I bathe more than I shower. I'm not a huge shower person unless I'm on a trip or something like that. But I'm huge on bathing first thing in the morning and in the afternoons. And probably more if I am moving around, So yeah, I just took my AM bath. That's why I got on my little moo-moo. And I'm about to brush my teeth, oil my face, oil my body. And then head into my office. Did I tell y'all? I told you guys that my daughter and my grandbaby was moving home, right? They're here. And they've actually been here. They've actually been here since July. So yeah, I mentioned that. They came into town when I was in Vegas. So August was both my grandbaby and my birthday month. August is still here, but it's ending. You know what I mean? We about to hit Virgo season. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all some props because my daughter is a Virgo. But yeah. You're probably like, why she all in her teeth on this? Because I want to talk to y'all. So August, of course, been pretty busy for me. I haven't even paid attention to that. Hold on, y'all. haven't paid attention to any stats when it comes to like YouTube or anything like that. So this morning I wake up and I was like, okay, Joe, get it together, girl. And I get up and I look at my stats and, hey, warranted. Because I haven't really been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I did lose some subscribers and that's all good. That's all good. I always say that, you know. I'm big on if you're with me, you're with me. If you're not, you're not. If you can't rock with people as they go through things, you shouldn't rock with them at all. I mean, if your only purpose of my station is to be here when everything is greenlit and there's no delays or dramas, or it could be because my last vlog was a little choppy. And I'm okay with that too, honey. But yeah, I did notice that I lost some subscribers, and I'm okay with that. I'll get some new ones, I'm sure. It never fails. And all that. But it's just been difficult for me to get acclimated because I'm so accustomed to being in my home by myself with me. So I can vlog where I want to vlog. And y'all notice this vlog and the last vlog starts off in my bathroom. Pay attention to that because my granddaughter, she runs around a lot and I don't really want to have to get her in every video. I'm sure that I'll get her in some. But I really don't want to have to get her in every video that I'm in because, or every vlog that I'm in, because I don't think it's necessary to exploit a 6-year-old like that. You know what I mean? I'm turning you guys around a little bit because I'm about to go over to this side and got some more light on. See if you guys can see me better. Y'all remember when I put my hair up in these braids and I said, well, I shave my sides, my edges, so they don't pull them. So they don't pull them when they do my braids. Y'all remember that conversation? Well, I went out to eat with a person for my birthday who loves when I wear my braids. And he noticed that my edges were, or my sides were cut. I don't know if he thought that I didn't have no edges or what he thought. But I think that was the first time he had noticed that these were not there. These were not there. And he didn't say nothing. He just kind of looked. But me being intuitive and me, I can notice when people are paying attention to things. And I really didn't mention it, you know, when we were eating lunch. But he and I was on the phone. And I mentioned, I said, well, I noticed you noticed that my sides are shaved up under my braids when we were eating. And he was like, how you notice that? I notice everything. I pay attention and I notice everything. And so he said, well, why do you do that? I said, because I don't want, my sides are already thin when it comes to my hair and everything. It's not like bad thin, but it's not as thick is, you know, most, and I don't want my edges to be pulled out, so I'd rather just go ahead and shave them off when I get my braids than to keep them and have the strain on the edge of my hair when I'm doing my hair. That's why I go ahead and just take them off. Just shave them down and go on about my business. That's why I do that. And he was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah. I said, but next time you have a question, just ask. Y'all know, I'm sorry, I'm acting the frame. Y'all know, I say next time you have a question, just ask me your question, because me as 100%, y'all know I'll answer any question. I'll tell you what it is and why it's like that and why I do things the way I do it. You know, because I figure you're going to accept it or you're not going to accept it. And if you don't accept it, that's okay too. Y'all know my personality. So anywho, when it comes to my birthday, y'all know I did my birthday ride with my twin sister, and then this individual took me out to lunch, and then I just kind of like hung out all last week. Last week was a tough week for me because I had went back to work, and that was just like a shitload of stuff on my desk that had to be done. So I had to go ahead and get that done. And I don't know, I just felt like it was busy. Towards the end of the week, I started thinking about all the things I need. So then I started thinking about all the stuff that I felt like I needed to do for the remainder. This is the regular old Vaseline Intensive Care lotion that I put on. You know, I'll get there next. That I put on my body. That keeps it golden and all that kind of stuff. If you question, well, how do you keep your body so golden and this, that's how. I just don't believe it. Well, I love scented lotion and stuff. I do. I love that jazz. But I also feel like that's why a lot of people have eczema and breakouts and all that shit on their skin, because they be putting a little bit too much perfume lotion and stuff on their body. Go back to what it looked like old school and that won't be a problem. My opinion. So anyway, I started thinking about all the things that I needed to do to the house, because not only have I been neglecting you guys, have I been neglecting my house, I feel like, because again, I'm not used to more than just myself being in my home. So when you have 2 additional people, and regardless if one of those additional people lives with you all their lives, once they go off into the world and then come back to your world, they do things a little bit different than what you do. So you find yourself cleaning a little bit more and adjusting a little bit more and all this kind of stuff. And you know, when it's one person in a 22 square foot home, you ain't got to really worry about that, because you, like I told y'all before, I clean a room at a time, honey. I didn't have to worry about making sure most of the rooms was clean, because it was just me. Y'all, I'm finna get out of the light a little bit because I have to go up under my little dress. And y'all need to see all that while I put my belly chain back on. That ain't none of y'all business. Give me just a second. I don't get as much solitude as I would like anymore. First thing in the mornings, because I'm lotioning my bum, if y'all was wondering. Except for first thing in the morning, because you know, everybody's up. So after school now, school started here in my area. And my daughter, which is a great thing, started looking for jobs August. And within a week, she landed her a gig, which is awesome. So she starts her job today. And this is the beginning of her getting herself back on track and, you know, repositioning herself where her and my grandbaby can go ahead and get ready to get their own place again. Remember I had mentioned to y'all it's going to be like 6 months to a year that they'll be here? Well, she mentioned to me, honey, that she plans to be in her place by the beginning of the year. That's what she mentioned to me. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm going to give her the leeway and stick with my commitment. So if my content ain't contenting because I have other stuff going on and I can't really content the way I want to content, which causes people to fall off, that's okay too. Because like I said, I have a very good job and it pays me very well, so I'm not all hell-bent on getting a check from YouTube, at least not in this moment. It's nice to have, but I don't have to have it. I've been very successful in my career so far. Thank you, God. Anyway, so, yeah, because I know it's not going to be twice a week likely, and I'm not really doing really good at holding on my commitment since life has been changing, since I got sick, since I got back on my bike, or since I got me a new bike and all this other kind of stuff. I know it hasn't been like consistent on what I'm doing, what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm still here, right? I'm still here trying to do my thing. So, I don't really wear a lot of makeup. You guys know that, right? But one thing I do is try to get Jack and Jill right every time, every day. And put on mascara to wake myself up just a little bit. Sometimes I don't do any of it, but this I do because, I don't know, I just feel like I should. I like looking pretty as I walk through the house. I need to put on some earrings. Help me to perform better a little bit while I'm working. Yeah, I have to tell y'all about these books that I've been reading. I'm gonna move over into my office, and I'm gonna tell y'all about these books that I've been reading. Y'all, I got this necklace and pendant. The Eye of Horus. It's like a protective thing. And this necklace for like $100. You guys know I only wear silver jewelry or white gold or stainless steel. Anything that's not, I don't do the gold stuff. But I got this, honey. I talked this man down from $400 because I was like, ain't nobody paying no $400 for that shit. But I'm not. So I got the pendant, I got the chain for free, and I got the pendant for $100. That's what happened. And I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you very much, sir. He thought I was adorable. I'm really ready to take these braids down. And I'm definitely going to take them down by the end of the month. That's a definite. Because I'm tired of them. I'm ready to, you know, let my own hair breathe and do my own thing. And I'm just ready. So let's move into the So before I get started, I forgot to tell y'all. I say so school started here in my area, and to ensure my daughter doesn't miss time at work and all that kind of stuff, because you know we got to work. She takes baby girl to school in the morning. I pick her up after school. So we figured out that arrangement. It's easier for me to pick her up after school because typically I could just run up there and get her and then come back. If I have to get back online and do some more work, I'll do, and I will. So that's how that goes. So those are some of the changes to my life. Some of the changes that kind of like occupies why I'm not vlogging as much and why I'm not in my kitchen as much or in my living room as much. That's why. So I said I was going to tell y'all about some books that I've been reading, and actually I've been listening to them on Audible. So you know they say, hold on just a second. One more time. Okay, I'm back, y'all. So, books. Here's the thing. I know that people feel like people of color don't read or don't read enough. So, I love reading. I've told y'all that before. I love books. I love actual books, like actually to smell the paper and flip the pages and all that kind of stuff. I love that when it comes to book while I'm reading them. But the two that I've been actually listening to on Audible is by an author named Miguel Ruiz. And the books are called The Four Agreements and The Fifth Agreement. Amazing books. Don't know if you guys have heard of them. Don't know if you guys have and just haven't taken the time to you know, indulge. But if you haven't, I don't know, I would recommend it if you're a person that kind of questions what the rules and the makeup of your life is. And what I mean by that is, if you kind of question if what you were taught as you was coming up in your home and afterwards, if it still makes sense for your life today and how your journey is written, I feel like these are great books to read. My humble opinion. Or listen to on Audible. I definitely think you should. So the first book was The Four Agreements. And it was introduced to me by the individual who took me to lunch, because we decided that we would read the book together. And me being the person that I am, once I get into a book and if it's really, really good, I can't wait for you. I go have to just keep on moving along. And and I did. I just kept moving because it just kept grabbing me and grabbing me and grabbing me. So I'm not going to go into details of the whole books, but I'm going to let you know what the agreements are, right? So the first agreement is to be impeccable with your words. And what it means to be impeccable with your words is to speak life into yourself and to other people. And you know how I always say that I hate when, or I've said, I don't know if I always say, but I have said that I don't like when people try to defecate on other people's characters. And I don't like when people try to manipulate others with verbal abuse. Like, I just don't like that. I've been through it. It's horrible, right? And by being impeccable with your words means that you got to think about and be mindful of the shit that you say and how you say it, not only to yourself, but to others. I love that. I absolutely love it. The second agreement is do not take anything personally. And I think you have to get in a mind frame of that you just don't care in order to not take things personally. In order to not let everything rub you the wrong way. In order to not have thin skin. That's what it is. Because people with thin skin take everything personally. They feel like everything someone says, they're attacking them. When honestly, it really ain't got nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with the other person who's shooting their words out the way they're sending them out. So just be thoughtful of that when you're taking things personally. Like, think about, is that really about me or is it more so about you? Like, what I always tell people is like, what are you trying to convince me of? And why? And what's up? You know what I mean? And then the third agreement is don't make any assumptions. And I think this is where we all I can't talk about all of us, but I can talk about me. Yeah, this is where I struggle. This is where I struggle because I always tell you guys that I feel like I'm very intuitive. I feel like I have a third eye. And when people stop moving the way that they've been moving and their movement is different, I'm going to start questioning some shit. Like, I'm going to be like, you ain't never done that before, so why you doing it now? And it's not that I'm making an assumption out loud, but you best to believe in my head, I'm thinking some shit. Something in the milk ain't clean. Let me not curse too much. Something in the milk ain't clean. That's what's going on in my head. It may not come out verbally, but it's going on in my head. So I struggle with not making assumptions, but I'm doing much better with it because I don't take everything personally anymore. You know what I'm saying? If you take a lot of shit personally, you're gonna always make assumptions. A lot of things I don't take personally, and especially if you're not in a position where you can tug on my heartstrings, I don't take things personally. Thus, I don't make assumptions because I just don't care. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what a lot of this is about when you think about it holistically, is that when you start moving through life and you care about you and your being and yourself more than anything else, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. I remember doing a vlog, and I don't even know if the vlog is still out there because it was at the beginning of the year when I was telling the deep diving into my past relationship and what had happened and all that kind of stuff. I don't think those videos are out there. Many of them aren't out there anymore. So, but I remember one of those videos I had talked about, I really don't give a damn what people think of me and how they think of me and why they think of me. I don't care. I still feel that way. I echo that today. I really don't. So, the fourth agreement is to always do your best. And that really resonated with me because I would always tell my daughters, and it doesn't matter if it has to do with work, it doesn't have to do if it has to do with relationships, social relationships, friendships, situationships, incidentalships, all the ships, right? It doesn't matter if it has anything to do with that. As long as you know that you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing in that relationship at 100%, even if it goes bad, you know you've done your part. That's essential to remember. Like, that is very important to remember as you walk through life. You do everything at 100%. I don't care how pissed off you are at the person. Like, if you have made a commitment and you have told them you're going to do something, at least follow through on that commitment. And then if you're done it. But follow through on your last commitment of whatever you said you would do. Because in my mind, that makes you and allows you to be somewhat of the bigger person. You know what I'm saying? And it also makes you unforgettable. Just saying. So that was the first agreements, first 4, and that's an individual book by itself. It's called The 4 Agreements. The next book that I was actually reading was The 5th Agreement. And what the 5th Agreement book does, the same author is Miguel Ruiz. The 5th Agreement deep dives more into the 4 agreements. So if you wanted to skip the 4 agreements, which I really would not recommend, you can always read the 5th Agreement, get the same details out of the 4th agreements and more, and then learn about the 5th Agreement. And the 5th Agreement is to be skeptical yet willing to listen. I was saying, it's very hard to pull a wool over my eyes because I ask lots of questions. I think a truism of life is that 90% of what you see or what people say, in my opinion, is fiction. And I say that because I feel like they're saying it from their own lenses. And that's one part of the book, The 5th Agreement, that I absolutely loved. It was talking about theaters. And it was saying, imagine going to a theater. And there's 5 theaters rooms. There's a theater room. There's multiple theater rooms. We won't say 5. We'll just say multiple. And there's a theater room that you produced. There's a theater room that your parents, mom and dad, if you live with both parents or one parent, whatever that look like, they produce, and a theater room that your siblings produce, however many siblings you got, their own theater room. And you go and see your life story from everybody's lenses. You realize that you're playing a character in their story based off of how you see them, how they see you, right? And so when you go back and you look at your story from your lens, you don't recognize yourself anymore because you've seen yourself as so many characters. So people are going to depict you, or yeah, I think that's a good word. They're going to present you as what they feel like they see you as versus who you truly are. And I think that's the purpose of this book, both books, essentially, is to stand in your authenticness. Like I always talk about that, being your most authentic self, being who you are, accepting who you are, loving who you are, and walking in that 10 toes down. You know what I mean? I think it's hard to be authentic if you're not happy with who you are. And if you're drastically changing yourself to please people, I don't care how different ways you slice it, you're not happy with who you are. So I think it's just important to learn and to figure out self and to grow into self and walk into self and be you and do you. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to hold you guys too much longer. I just wanted to share that information. I'm now reading the 5th book. And the 5th book is, y'all know I took notes to talk about this, is The Mastery of Love. Not the 5th book, the next book. And that's The Mastery of Love. I think there's a number of them by this author. And every time I finish one, I start listening to the next. And when I finish that one, I'll listen to the next. I don't know if I'm going to make it all the way through them because I'm actually reading, and doing shadow work on myself. And the reason why I'm doing that is because you all know that I've been through therapy before. And I feel like I started my shadow work when I was going through therapy, when I was going through my healing journey and learning who I am again and why I'm so fabulous. Y'all know I'm crazy, but learning myself again. So I'm continuing that journey on my own. And my daughter, she notices how I move at home. Like, I'm still the individual that needs her solitude. You know, I still have to get into my spiritual zen and pray and just love on me, you know, to myself. And she pays attention to that. So she actually purchased this journal for me, and I've been reading it because it's a book to read. It's a workbook and it's a journal. So it helps you think through the things that you've gone through in your life and keeping it from affecting you in your future and as you continue the journey and all that good stuff. And it's been absolutely amazing. So I've been reading that and I enjoy it. So anyway, that's today's vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys understand, you know what life looks like right now for me. So it's not as easy for me to just pick up the camera and say, hey, let me do a vlog, because I got stuff going on. But again, I will do my best and I will chat with you guys soon.